Hello and a very warm welcome back, everyone. Jack Reeve, TalkNorwichCity. We are celebrating a win. Get your Lakens, sit back, relax, and let's all toast to Papa Amadou Diallo. What a man. In the Diallo derby, he has dominated his own match. He turned down Watford to come to Norwich City, and you can see exactly why. Watford won, Norwich City 2, a fantastic evening for Norwich City. And look, let's just celebrate the victories while we can. We bounced back well from Saturday. On the most part, that was hugely enjoyable. And that's what football's all about, enjoying yourself, right? So often we've sat here after particularly away games over the last 3 seasons and just been crippled by what we've seen. And tonight, for the most part, that was really enjoyable. That was attractive on the eye. We really put it to Watford and came out on top. The last 20 minutes was slightly sketchy and Watford made changes in order to try and get back into the game, but Norwich found the way. They went with a fairly strong team. It was Dan Grimshaw in goal. That was a change from Kovacevic. Ben Crescene came in for Jeffrey Schlupp. You had the centre-back pairing of Darling and Medic. Fisher at right-back. That was the big talking point. Liam Manning chose to go with 4 at the back rather than 5 at the back tonight. Now, whether he sticks for that against Portsmouth at the weekend is up for debate. Having watched Millwall and having watched this evening, we looked a far more cohesive team with 4 at the back. And we'll get onto why that is shortly. Midfield pairing of Mirko Topic and Marcelino Nunez. It was Diallo out on the left-hand side. He was absolutely fantastic. He picked up 2 assists. Emi Marcondes and Oscar Schwartau in behind Josh Sargent. Josh Sargent starting a cup match for Norwich City, which is remarkable, really, because 3 weeks ago, it was basically a done deal that he was off to Wolfsburg. Instead, he's still here. He's still scoring goals. He's still captaining Norwich City Football Club. And he looks absolutely delighted to be doing all of those things. This is... look, we knew that Liam Manning was adaptable. We knew that Liam Manning would switch things up when he felt like it was necessary, which is kind of mental to be saying. We are 1 or 2 now competitive games in to this season. I think it was pretty evident that there were some teething problems with Saturday's performance. It wasn't all bad. There were some good bits in there. And I think, fine margins could have edged that game in the way of Norwich City, but instead they went in the way of Millwall. But it was clearly important for Manning to bounce back and put in a good performance tonight. I said in the podcast, I said in the kind of match preview, I've said actually kind of from pre-season that this looks quite an important game. It's a great opportunity to bed in some minutes into some of the new players, to find the system that works. And for the first time in a very, very long time, maybe since kind of Farker days, but even then I didn't feel particularly confident. It feels like a squad where if you want to, and I think Manning does, you've got the tools to go deep into a cup. I am up for the cup. What has happened to me? I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling excited for League Cup fixtures, which is incredible. Usually I'm like, put out your weakest team, concentrate on the league. And the only reason I've said that in the past is because I don't want to sacrifice league position for the League Cup. But when you can bring in an Oscar Schwartau, an Emi Marcondes, a Papa Amadou Diallo, a Kellen Fisher, a Marcelino Nunez, they didn't even play at the weekend. None of them did. All of the players I just listed didn't play on Saturday. They came in, they all made an impact. This starting 11 tonight, and there were multiple changes from Saturday, is far stronger than some of the teams we saw Norwich put out last season. Let's start from the back. Dan Grimshaw, better goalkeeper than George Long. I think it's as simple as that. Like, we have upgraded our second choice goalkeeper, and that is a good thing. And I've said, haven't I, on so many videos, it feels like in every position now, at time of recording, 12th of August, I know there'll be a few more outgoings, and we probably do need more outgoings. At time of recording, Norwich City have probably 2 players in each position. That's a really good thing, and that is needed across the course of a championship campaign. Kellen Fisher at right back, I think he's a better player than Jack Stacey. I like Jack Stacey. I think he's a great pro. I think he will play a part this season. But if Kellen Fisher is fit, Kellen Fisher plays for me. Medic and Darling, I think they looked fairly composed on the whole. Darling won every single header and probably should have scored from one of the corner kicks. Medic looked slightly off it, but still got away with it. It was a good goal from Barr for Watford's only goal of the evening. Medic, there's probably still a little bit of work to do. He is a big lad and moves like a big lad at times as well. So we'll see how that goes. Ben Crescenti at left back, thought he had one of his better games. I think that left back position out of all of the positions on the pitch is probably one of the weakest, but I thought Crescenti did well. Mirko Topic is Mirko Topic. I mean, he's a tough tackler. He's a box-to-box midfielder. I think he allowed Nunez to get further up the pitch, which I liked. Marcelino Nunez with a nice goal. Well, I said a nice goal. I didn't realise George Long was playing for Watford. Nunez, he had a good game. He was fortunate with the goal. The keeper basically chucked it into his own net, but looks happy to be playing for Norwich City. Which is good. It sounded like he would be on his way out at the start of the window. I still get the sense there's a bit of agent talk. I still get the sense that Norwich City might want to cash in if they can, but at time of recording, he's a Norwich City player and he looks happy to be playing for Norwich City. Oscar Schwartau, I think he's one of the most talented young players we have. I think he's really, really attractive on the eye. I like the way that he plays football. I like his attitude. I think there's a huge future for Oscar Schwartau, so I'm glad to see him get some minutes. Emi Marcondes, look, I will actually be quite sad if Marcondes goes because I think he's a good person. I think he's a good professional, and I think on his day he's a very good footballer. But does he get regular game time this season behind Sienats, Kvistgaard and Diallo, Schwartau, Forson, Sargent, etc.? Probably not. So if you're looking to trim your squad, Marcondes is probably one of the first to go. Papa Amadou Diallo. Let's have another toast for Papa. No Papa, no party. I can see this one getting very, very exciting indeed, everyone. Lakens, Papa Amadou, crossing, hitting the byline, pace, having shots, that naughty little smile of his. Big fan of Papa Amadou Diallo. Brilliant performance from him tonight. 2 assists. Perfect debut for Papa Amadou Diallo. And Joshua Thomas Sargent doing what Joshua Thomas Sargent does. How on earth is the American national team looking at this man play football and deciding not to opt with him? It's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. He is an exceptional footballer. He works hard. He's professional. He even somehow manages to pull off a mullet and make it work. That's the most impressive out of all of it. I love him. And I said it on the podcast. Can we please all stop trying to find a way to sell Josh Sargent? He is at Norwich City. He's clearly enjoying being at Norwich City. And if America don't want to play him because he's at Norwich City, well, it's their loss. All right? We've got American owners. He's scoring goals for us. He's captaining us. And he's enjoying his football. Let the man be. Let him be. Stop trying to flog him to bigger teams. Burnley aren't a bigger team than us. Wolfsburg, not a bigger team than us. Leeds United fans don't want him. He's our player. Right? And let's try and keep hold of him because Norwich City are a better team for Josh Sargent being in the squad. I can tell you that much. So there we go. Look, this might be like a second round or whatever it is, Carabao Cup match, but it's an important one for Norwich City. They have found a way to win. They've played some really nice football for 70 minutes of that game. A couple of the new signings looked great. I like the fact that Manning has switched it up already. He's gone for 4 at the back. I hope that he doesn't completely scrap 5 at the back because I think that will be a nice system to play at times. We've seen Grimshaw, we've seen Crescenti, we've seen Fisher, Nunez coming in, Diallo coming in, Schwartau, Marcondes. Got it done. Job done. Brilliant Tuesday night. That's really pleasing for me. I wanted us to win tonight. I wanted us to put in a good performance and I wanted to see new players performing well. And I think that's a tick in every single one of those boxes. Norwich City have progressed past Watford It's Portsmouth, which is of course a bigger game. And we need to, apply that performance and another 20% and not get lazy in the last 10 minutes and find a way to win there as well. But for tonight, I think there's a lot of positives. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. We'll see what you all thought. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.